Мы снова в прямом эфире. Был какой-то сбой, не было звука. Поэтому я...
Yeah, so we are on air again. We didn't have sound for a while, so this is our test line, and this is a unique line, one of a kind, because it's the construction that will be
Это не для тестирования и обкатки подвижного состава, который мы будем поставлять и в Объединенные Арабские Эмираты, и не только, а и в другие страны. Поставить такую сложную технику, как, допустим, Unicar для перевозки контейнеров весом до 35 тонн, естественно, эта машина...
Here, this kind of line is able to transport containers weighing about 35 tons, and so we are already mounting it here, as you can see, and it's quite compact, even though it's twice as big as other lines, but twice as wide, because we have to consider the machines that will be moving on it. We have to consider the machines that will be moving on it, and of course we take these loads into consideration, and we already have the projects. So the height is quite big here, so that the fleet could move, the car could move freely, and that it would be of no problem for the environment surrounding it, no harm. And so we will have tests with a with a 12-wheel car with a 12-wheel carriage and an engine that will be developed specifically, and we will make sure that our cargo train moves smoothly, not like trains on regular railroad, and
поэтому задача была это непростая, сделать такую систему подворота вот в таких малых углах. И мы это уже реализуем. И поэтому колесо будет...
So now we are already working at fulfilling our new tasks, our new technology, and we will ensure that the wheels move smoothly, because we have the special bearings and everything else that's needed. And
один гребень наезжает на головку рельса, а потом другой гребень на головку рельса. И идет равномерный износ рельса, и приходится их потом шлифовать. Колеса шлифовать, потому что тоже они неравномерно изнашиваются. И рельсы железнодорожные долго не стоят. Ну, 10 лет, ну, максимум там 15-20.
While, as Mr. Yunitskiy just explained, while the regular railroad is a different mechanism, so the rails don't last very long and the wheels don't last very long, which is the problem that will not exist here. And We expect our technology to work without wearing out for, say, 100 years. And what else can I say? I can say that we can take a look at other solutions that we have. For example, here we have the lines that we built, one of the first, and here we have 200 meters and 400 meter lines, and we built this in 2016, part of it, and so we were able to
высокопрочный будет, стоять достаточно длительное время без коррозии. Но когда по прошествии 3 лет мы
when over 3 years we were able to analyze the corrosion, we took a look and we saw that it could last for another 10 or 15 years. Because these rails were we decided anyway, even though the construction looked quite fine, we decided to perfect it, and even if it falls to the ground, nothing will happen to it.
Покрыли антикоррозионным составом, снова ставили в рельсы,
залили
уже другим компаундом.
We decided to use another compound. We used another compound because we saw that we had micro cracks.
Определенные связи поставили, и тогда уже влага туда не попадет.
So we made sure that it didn't happen and that no moist could get into those micro cracks. Even if it got in those, even if there was moist or water, it wouldn't get into in there and get and cause corrosion. And so we could continue our works. So now, here, when we put the road down to the ground and we looked at it, and the structure here, of course, it bends when a carriage goes on it and hangs on it, so it bends, curves. And the radius changes when it approaches the saddle. And it must, the wheel must go on. Just asking the camera to show so that the explanation.
Не со спины меня показывайте. Я же важные вещи объясняю нашим инвесторам. Поэтому, когда
So here's how it looks when the carriage goes on it, and the line curves. So we need a transient curve. And this transient curve has to go through a straight line to align the curve the other way. And we have an angling rod that performs this function. We had a saddle that a hinge that's made that was harder for the passengers. The moving of the vehicle wasn't so comfortable. So now it's smoother and softer. And at the same time, we maintain the speed and the support. The support is calculated for the speed and designed for the speed of 4 kilometers per hour, and here but the high speed. And what we are about to build and already developing is we will have, we design it for 150 kilometers per hour. And we will have the curves that we will be able to work into that construction. And it should be no less than 1,000 meters, and we will have those radios there. And it's very safe, as you can see with your own eyes. So now we are at the loading line, which was the first system of this kind, and it actually has 2 systems. Hanging system where the Unitrack can move. Because here, let's look. So we can move in one branch on one line. And this construction, it has small vehicles going on it, but it actually has the capability of taking much bigger ones. And we also have a line for separate vehicles, another line here. And someone told me it's like a conveyor, but this is not a conveyor indeed. It's you can show. So here, if you see, like here on this so-called conveyor line, the system will need to be able to load and unload. Because this is what logistics suffers from the most, unloading and loading. Because, for example, you can have your cargo waiting for hours or more than a day to be unloaded. So we want to simplify that process considerably. So it unloads as it goes without stopping, this so-called conveyor line, and it will just continue. It will be a continuous line. And also, how else is it different from a usual ordinary conveyor? What the line So normally the line is made of rubber. It's moving on metal metal bearings, metal rollers, and it keeps jumping every second. And while, for example, coal reaches where it should be loaded, it breaks apart. Its quality. The product, the conveyor basically ruins the quality of the product, which is to be transported. It's like you put the coal into a bag and just hit the bag at the ground and it falls apart, instead of just carrying it very carefully. And it's easier this way because in our case, it's easier because the load is not going to be damaged. Nothing is working to ruin the product. So our approach to transporting cargo is a completely different cargo the load to load is a completely different than a conveyor. So we have again, unlike the traditional technology where all of its parts are wear very easily and quickly because of the factors that affect them, and everything needs to be repaired and maintained very often, and but we don't have high voltage, which is one of the factors that affects the wearing of the parts. Not unlike the regular railway,
Вот такое простое решение, ну как грабленое, ну посмотрите, ну что система, это кузов непрерывный, ось с подшипниками и колеса, 3 элемента.
So we have 3 elements that are durable, that are reliable, and the system that can be produced the system that can help transport tons and tons of loads, millions of tons per year without wearing and ruining the product. And here we should look at, for example, the Trans Siberian Railway. We will have a cheaper, the system that will be cheaper in transportation will be cheaper, more affordable. And our construction will be much more affordable, much cheaper than regular railway due to the solutions.
Так, мы находимся
So
на станции, такой полевой станции,
we are
на
at the harness
соединении,
station.
которую мы
So
реконструировали, об этом я
we
говорил. И я
were
предлагаю прокатиться на нашем
so
Юникаре.
these are the
И
lines.
сегодня я
I'm offering you to
первый
take a
раз по
ride
этой реконструкции
with
проеду.
me
И тоже
and
почувствовать, как,
just to
какие
get a feel of
изменения,
it,
какие колебания.
the noises and so on, all the
Насколько лучше стала
impressions.
линия.
Because it has been modernized, the line has been modernized. Let's see how much better it has become.
Так, а я уже еду сейчас в данном случае как пассажир.
So now I'm a passenger here.
Эта линия тоже уникальна,
This
как все
line
наши остальные.
is unique, just like every and each one of our lines.
Рельсом, который вместе с канатом, ну, со струной повисает. И нет там
And the rail here, together with the string, will sag, bend, and
гибкая нить.
so the line is flexible and
на погонный метр, ну, где-то до 30 килограммов.
So each meter, the weight of each meter it can take is about
50 килограмм на погонный метр, можно сделать двухпутную дорогу вот такого типа, с одной рельсы, такой же длины, да?
Takes the weight so that we can actually have a two-line road here. And the price will be very favorable. And now we are passing the second anchor bear, anchor support of the 7th line. And now we are moving at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour. And we passed the support, not changing the speed. And it's quite comfortable. And the angle is, we bend it at an angle, we leaned at an angle of, leaned at an angle of 14%, which is actually as we can have all sorts of angles because we are up there. We don't have to. We can raise our support as we find necessary. And for example, if you get on at a station, of course, the support would be at a smaller angle because of how the road is, and if we have a hinge of a smaller radius, that would well, actually everything that we need to have a comfortable transportation we are designing. Just having comfort is our priority, passenger comfort. And we are talking about roads that take 20 or 30 kilometers per hour. It's one kind of roads, and over 100 and so on kilometers per hour. It's totally different. And we go on, and it's every time it will be a different, technically different, very different characteristics for all those different kinds of roads with different technical specifications. All of these systems are string systems. So the string is the bearing element, and it can take, in general, 150 tons, and the car is average weighs about 6 tons on average. So if we have the same type of roads for a different kind of car, we need to have a bigger tension. We will be trying a heavier vehicle. And of course, safety is another concern, and that it doesn't break as it moves at its speed. So now I get off.
Так, ну сейчас, наверное, пойдем к ферме, ферменной конструкции.
So now let's go to
the... Хорошо. Так, пойдем сейчас. Это вот разворотная часть. Здесь радиусы
here, so we are
большие, 15 метров.
So here's 15
meter
radius for turning, making a turn. Here it's not big. This radius has to be passed at a smaller speed just because it's small. And then acceleration.
Поэтому если будут, допустим, скорости более высокие на разворотных участках, то их надо делать большего радиуса, там 50-100 метров.
So if we want to move at higher speeds, we will need a bigger radius for turning.
Мы находимся, я подошел к истории создания Skyway и истории транспорта.
We are talking now about the history of Skyway and history of transport.
Потом из брусчатки.
So here, as you can see, how the road looks, and we finally get to pavement, and then we get to Skyway. So this is our 0 kilometer. 0 mile. And we have here the map of the Earth. And here
так что почти, седьмая часть населения планеты Земля может приехать сюда и потереть на счастье.
And it's like our tourist attraction. If you come here, you can touch it, and maybe you will have good luck if you touch the frame of our 0 kilometer installation. And like I'm very lucky. I'm quite advanced in years, but I'm in good health because I have this talisman. And so here we have the map of Belarus. And it shows all the regions of Belarus here. And so EcoTechnoPark is in the Belarusian territory. A huge part of our territory is taken by roads. Roads are where nothing grows, but we can free this land if we build Skyway. This construction here that has been reconstructed, and we are testing the so-called mules. Mules are the carts.
Просто салон или там грузовой бункер смоделирован просто весовой нагрузкой.
These are just test vehicles. So it's open because we want to see what happens inside. And it has, we also want to see how the wheels work, how they're turning. So we look at how the system functions, how it performs. Sometimes we are told, oh, but this is not complicated at all. Oh, it's like a coffee grinder or something. And it should be simple. But this is more complex than an airplane, actually.
Она имеет накопитель энергии, который позволяет проехать сотни километров.
It accumulates enough energy
система охлаждения всех элементов, потому что
and cooling systems.
Жара может быть там 60 градусов, а под капотом.
For example, if you have a 60 degrees Celsius heat, it will cope with it. It has a lot of complex elements that we don't see in regular railway car constructions.
По плоскости, а не конус по цилиндру. И поэтому у нас контакт напряжения в разы меньше.
We have less voltage involved, a smaller, lower voltage, contact voltage involved, and
пересекаются по плоскости, то диаметры в линии опирания, они одинаковые, нет проскальзывания колеса относительно рельса. То есть идет плавное качение.
We don't have the problems the wheels on the regular rail encounter when they slip. And we have that mule on top modeling the
трасса короткая, нам, к сожалению, дали землю, и мы не можем продлить ее на 20 километров.
Oh, unfortunately, we cannot extend our road here by 20 more kilometers.
На ресурсы, на качение колеса, и на малых скоростях, там, на шумы, на износы, можно делать и на малых скоростях. Да.
We work with smaller speeds, with lower speeds, testing all of the parameters. And now the weight, for example, that would normally be in a vehicle like this, we modeled using bags of sand. We modernized this construction. We checked how it works. We tested it. We needed to understand how durable it will be. And we actually found out that having butt junctions is not very good, for example, and so a seamless construction is, of course, because we had those, we had the butt junctions every 12 meters or so. So we used strips along the whole road using a special adhesive. And so now it's all seamless. The entire road is seamless. You don't have butt junctions.
Постоянно испытывать, и подвижный состав все время должен модифицироваться, улучшаться.
And we constantly test and perfect our vehicles as well, improving them. For example, we had a group from Tokyo, Japan, a couple years ago, and they were filming it here, a filming crew, and I was like, why did you come here? Why in such a cold weather? And they said, we came for inspiration.
Поэтому мы делаем транспорт, который, ну, станет лидирующим в 21 веке на планете Земля.
We create the transport, the leading transport of 21st century.
25 миллионов километров струнных дорог на планете, в том числе
We're talking about 25 million kilometers of string roads on the planet. And these projects I have described in my scientific monography. For example, we plan to build a road between London and New York. That will not be in any way affecting, will be completely safe. It will not be affecting the ships. And so these string lines will be everywhere, all over the planet. We will put them on support over water, even if it's deep. We will have technology. It is much more cost efficient than the other ways, and
на нас и на меня, но мы продвинемся, естественно, в разработке систем дальше, и поэтому мы тоже
we are continuing developing our systems. Of course, that requires financing. We perform our tests, and of course, we need like a 60 kilometer, for example, road for certain tests, because we also want to test on the relevant speeds. But here we cannot go faster than about, let's say, 60 kilometers per hour, just to test how the system is working. Let's go to the light railway system.
Мы подошли к строящейся линии, самой легкой Unilight.
This line is the lightest line of all. It's under construction.
Я нахожусь сейчас у анкерной опоры.
I am by the anchor support now.
Я и заказчик, как фермер,
and in this case,
исполнитель, генеральный конструктор заводской технологии.
I'm the one who created it, constructed it, but I'm also the client in a way. So and nobody is worried about how will it be, will it fall, will it break. So that's what usually the client asks. So this is the most cost-efficient option. It is the easiest, the quickest to build. And this is for fishermen who park their cars, then they are transported by this line to where they fish. And as they go, they will have a good view of the area of nature. And so we have these anchor supports. So the line goes and turns. And as the people ride in this vehicle on this line, they can enjoy the sights. And here we have a very good fishing site where you can get trout, you can get, well, actually in Belarus, this is one of the best places. So, our infrastructure, the roads that we already have, what we do, what we make, doesn't interfere with what was happening before. For example, here, nature will not be affected, and as the trees are growing, they will continue to grow. The line is light and can carry 6 passengers. The vehicle is light, so the string is also, we have a matching string, tension for a light and cost-efficient way. But it's also very effective because it allows to save, and carrying a lot of passengers, like up to 10,000 passengers per hour. So, and with cargo, maybe hundreds of tons per hour. It can also be connected to railroads, to regular railroads. And for example, can also take people to airport. So it's a very promising direction. But of course, until we have something to show, until our clients can come, our potential clients can come and take a ride, they won't buy it. So this is the first project like this. So let's go and see our guest house where we actually broadcast from. Because there are questions, and I will answer them live.